Hello, everybody, and welcome. This isn't a new intro, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome to Rise the Podcast, episode
159.
And I'm Brownie.
Yeah.
I'm Jeremy. That's Kara.
And I am the big cheese that stinks up your fridge.
This
And
is
I'm Brownie.
Appa on my shirt. A lot of people like this shirt, apparently.
Speaking of cheese in your fridge.
I have
Oh,
a
this
dumb
is
joke to make real
disgusting.
quick. If you were on him and he reared up on his back 2 legs, would you be opping a wheelie?
Oh, yes. I love it.
I love it. No, so speaking of cheese, I saw this thing that said if you don't want your cheese to mold super fast, make sure your hands are completely washed, good dried, good to go, and then don't touch the cheese with your hands of the part that you're going to rewrap. Hold on to it with the wrapper because the oils and the bacteria on your hand are what causes your cheese to mold so fast.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolutely disgusting, but...
Oh, Xanth Althor, you guys are supposed to help me pass time before the movie. Very disappointing. I know we are the least efficiently run podcast.
We're sorry.
In the universe.
Don't leave us.
We are literally trying... We're like running off of Band-Aids and potatoes over here trying to get this thing to run. The equipment we have available.
Literally, if we looked 1 inch outside of what's in frame, you would see nothing but chaos.
Isn't that how it is typically though in like
Production?
No. Yeah.
So, Xanath, what movie? What movie? Are you going to go see the new Doctor Strange movie?
I want to see the new Doctor Strange.
I do too. Apparently,
Ryan, it's apparent you like moldy cheese.
Brad, are you
Ryan
going to see
is moldy cheese.
Top Gun?
Jeremy heard that was amazing.
I heard it was really good.
Also, I also heard the original Top Gun was really good, and it's like, okay.
Do you like that kind of movie though?
Straight up action.
I
Junkie.
mean, I like action movies, but this one was mostly just like Val Kilmer and what's his face being kind of like
Tom
weird.
Cruise.
Tom Cruise, yeah, that guy. Tom Cruise is only an inch shorter than me. Everyone's like, Tom Cruise is so short. He's so short. It's like, he's not that short. Either that or I'm so short.
How tall are you, Chris?
5. Well, I guess he's 2 inches. I'm 5'9". He's 2 inches shorter than me.
So, I mean,
He's like, I
Here's
thought
the
he was
thing.
like Daryl sized.
I have dated guys who are 5'7", and to me, that is short.
Yeah, but what was Shrek's wife's name? Fiona? You're Fiona.
Hi, Fiona. She's
At
wearing
least
green
I'm a
today.
princess.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my Bulba's Beans shirt.
I was just about
You know,
to say, is Fiona...
Shrek or ogres are like beans.
I was about to say
They're
that
really
Fiona...
farty.
Is Fiona a Disney princess, but that's DreamWorks. So,
DreamWorks.
Yeah, he's seen Doctor Strange.
way to go. You have to let
I
us
heard
know.
it's really, 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 really
Okay.
Okay.
But
I have seen Top Gun. Thank you.
You have to do a Kara movie review on Top Gun.
It'll be next time so I can refresh my memory.
so Gus said Cam, not Ron Cam, but Cam.
OG Cam.
OG Cam says
Is
the
it
originally,
Cam da 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 da
the original Top Gun was really, really good.
I'm
I
glad
grew
that
up on
Kara
Iron
liked that
Eagle.
joke.
Which is
What's Iron Eagle?
It's similar.
no, it's not similar. It is the poor man's Top Gun.
So it's
That's
a guy
like-
whose dad gets kidnapped by terrorists
Oh my
in the Middle
goodness.
East. What?
Kara
He's like
movie
a
review.
16-year-old steals the plane.
He's not 16. He's like in his 20s.
A 20-year-old steals a F-16 to go save his dad.
And he
Over
doesn't
in the Middle
go to
East.
Guantanamo for life.
He should.
You know, so here's what would happen. This is my impression based on my understanding of your job. If I stole an F-16, right?
An F-16 would shoot you down.
So here's what would happen. So that's what Jeremy would like you to think. Here's what would happen. I jump in an F-16 to steal it, right? First, he would have to take the ice cream sandwich out of his mouth and set it down.
Yep.
And then he'd
That's
have
an
to
inside
like,
joke.
and then he'd be like,
Let's just tell.
Did you see what Zenith's thing said?
Iron Eagle is better.
No way. You be quiet.
So here's the definitive thing. Like everything else in the universe, IMDb is going to settle this for us. IMDb.com.
I bet
It's
you.
personal preference too.
I-
You know?
Personal preference be damned. IMDb knows all. So first we're going to look up Top Gun and see what it
I
says.
feel like Top Gun is a more well-known movie, so
There's actually been 3 Top Guns.
what?
There's a Top Gun released in 1955.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
All right, so Top Gun, the nicest rating is 6.9 out of 10. Iron Eagle.
6.9?
That's honestly right about where I would rate it. Iron Eagle, 5.4 out of 10.
I was gonna say I probably had a 5.5.
Probably. I mean, like I said, it's
Brad really is surprised that you've seen Top Gun, but then he said, "But hot guys." So,
Tom Cruise isn't really a hot guy.
well, no, but you got Val
He didn't
Kilmer.
say hot guy, he's a cute guy.
Cute guys.
I wouldn't even put Tom Cruise in my list
No,
of
but
crushes.
there's Val Kilmer there. There's
I don't even know if I put Val Kilmer
all
in
of
my
the
list
other
of
pilots
crushes.
in there.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we got an IMDb game redemption.
Samuel Jackson has been in more.
It's the IMDb game. For those of you who do not know how the IMDb game is played, since we're already on IMDb, it works thusly. According to IMDb, people have a certain number of actor credits.
Ryan, we've already done Sam J.
Have we?
Yep.
All right, well, somebody pick another one. Anyway, so
Val Kilmer.
the point of the
Okay,
game...
well, actually, can I pick the next one?
That's fine. Just let me finish doing the intro first. Welcome to the IMDb game, blah, 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 blah. So the way that it works is, and you pick an actor or actress. According to IMDb, they will have a certain number of actor credits. The game is, you must determine whether or not they've appeared in more films or fewer films than screen legend Sean Connery. To play the game most fairly, don't bother looking up how many films Sean Connery has been in. He has just he's been in enough and had a long enough career to be a pretty high number, but not so much that there are people with way more or way fewer.
Ryan.
Tim Allen?
No, Ryan, I know you redeemed it, but
I mean, technically, you have points. You can spend your points.
I'm gonna refund his redemption since you're picking it.
okay, thank you, everybody. So I wanted to pick, I watched with Chip. Friday was my day with Chip. I watched the movie Up. And I will tell you what, that movie
Ed
is
Asner,
fantastic.
I guarantee it.
So I wanted to do Ed Asner because that guy is amazing. So
and he
You want
recently
Ed
passed
Asner
away.
or Edward Asner?
Ed.
the one from Up.
That's the same guy.
Did you know they did a honor to him in the Muppet movie that came out, that Halloween Muppet movie?
Really?
Yeah, because it's in a haunted mansion or whatever.
Yeah.
His little grave was there, and then they had a ghost to him. Yeah.
All right. So, Ed Asner.
The voice from Up and very well known
here
from...
I'm going to give you the top 4 credits
Okay.
that he has on here. He's known for, according to IMDb, Up, The Mary Tyler Moore Show,
Yep.
Elf, and El Dorado. Not Road to El Dorado, the 1966 Western classic starring John Wayne El Dorado.
Oh, really?
He plays Bart Jason,
Who is he in Elf?
Santa.
He plays Santa.
Yep. I only say that with that much condescending certainty because I'm literally looking at it right now. I've never seen Elf.
I'm not even going off memory here. I'm reading it on the box.
Yep. Pig Newtons.
Is that sick? Like a
You're
pork
not allowed to
cookie?
like Louis C.K. anymore, which is unfortunate
I know. He's still
Oh,
funny.
really?
because
no,
of
he-
all the sexual misconduct stuff.
Oh,
His jokes can be funny still.
That's
his jokes
true.
are funny.
Hitler was a great artist, not.
I know, right? There was a reason he was denied from art school.
Did you know what Louis C.K. did?
I don't.
He masturbated in front of a woman.
Allegedly multiple women, but one for sure.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Jeremy, you don't do that in front of Karen.
Well, no, I'm
I mean,
just.
if you're in a relationship, whatever, who cares? But like, I mean, if
Jeremy
you're
never
not,
shuts the door. I forgot. Yeah, right. No wonder
Jeremy, what
she's
are you
grabbing
doing
me on the
with sock
butt.
in there.
You're so
I
funny.
have headaches a lot, guys.
We have not said the word Star Wars yet, so I'm just going to say that just so we
I
maintain
said bulbous
credibility.
beans. I'm wearing my bulbous beans shirt.
Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. We're a Star Wars podcast.
We don't have to be a Star Wars podcast till probably the episode before and then after celebration.
Right? Seriously. No, what were we talking about?
We were talking about Ed Asner.
No, I know, but there was something.
The IMDb music
Oh
is playing, so we
yeah,
should
Louis
probably-
C.K.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just going to kill the theme music for right now. All of that conversation was accompanied by a jaunty little ditty for the IMDb game.
That's what's funny. Okay, well, let's wrap up. Let's talk about Ed and Karen.
Okay, so do you think that Ed Asner, let's just do that first. Do you think Ed Asner has appeared in more films or fewer films than Sean Connery?
I'm going to say more because he's been in a lot.
I don't know.
You can't pick the
though.
same as me, so that by default you have to pick less.
Well, you guys are thinking,
Fine, I'll do less.
All right.
Fewer.
Xanath Althor said that something's a better love story than Twilight, and then Brad said Saving Private Ryan is a better love story than Twilight.
I mean, Up, man. Wow, does that just tickle your emotions with the first?
So Jeremy said he was watching Up, and was like, "You're gonna let Chip watch Up and get emotionally destroyed at 18 months old?"
Well, seriously, like Up is like first 2 minutes of the movie, it's absolute depression. She has a miscarriage, and she dies. 2 minutes. It's like,
well, why do you think that I fell
minutes.
asleep? I don't
What?
understand. My mic's on. I'm saying words. Am I not?
you are saying words. You are saying words.
Okay. Well, whatever.
I don't know.
Anyway,
It'd be really weird if.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, the intro is 10 minutes, or the beginning of the movie is 10 minutes. You get enough of them to really like drive it home, and then it just twists your knife in your heart. But overall, fantastic movie.
Yeah.
The thing that I thought was interesting was,
All right. So before we do a detailed analysis of Up, we need to finish playing the IMDb
I need
game.
to go with fewer. Jeremy's going with more.
Okay, he has appeared not only in more, substantially more.
no way.
He is accredited with 410 acting credits.
Ed Asner.
Holy Lord.
His newest credit is for 2023 for Unplugged. He is voicing.
Oh, and he passed away this year, didn't he?
August of 21.
Oh.
So he obviously had done. So I'm still scrolling back in time.
Oh, he did.
1957.
Dang, that was before my
first
mom
appearance.
was born.
So that's a 60. Well, so even though it's posthumously, that'll be a 66 year
Acting career. Dang.
Well,
That's
thanks.
insane.
Thanks.
Thanks, Xanth Althor.
Yep. We're glad we could keep you company. Let us know somehow. Join our Discord and send us a message afterwards and let us
I
know what you think.
appreciate you backing me and saying Iron Eagle is better. So I grew up with, so yo.
Anyways, so to talk about Up, has everybody seen Up? Brad, have you seen
Who
Up?
hasn't seen Up?
But maybe Brad hasn't seen Up.
Brad, if you haven't seen Up, I don't know if I can talk to you when we come down to California. Just saying.
Anyways, so Charles Muntz was the explorer that like brought Carl and Ellie together. But then it turns out
Their love for him, yeah.
he's a big jerk.
He started out cool, but then he ended up being a...
It's funny how many movies actually are truly similar. Up story is kind of like Paddington Bear in a way.
When you haven't seen Up?
No way.
Girl,
No
you
way.
go on Disney Plus right now and you
It
turn on
is-
Up and you watch it.
Yeah, stop watching this horrible podcast and
Yeah.
watch Up instead.
Have them both running.
Actually, you know what we should do? We should just stream us watching Up instead of the podcast.
You
I
watch
love-
Jeremy cry.
I love Brad.
cry too.
Brad says if I haven't seen Up, Kara, you can't talk crap. But he says I have.
I'm trying to think of a movie that there's potential Brad hasn't seen.
Tony says I've seen Down. That's the prequel.
Yeah. But so back.
Has Brad seen Frozen?
Why would he watch Frozen?
He
Kara,
says he's an uncle.
Kara, let it go.
Oh no!
All
Let
right.
it go.
Hold on, I need to do something now. Where is it?
What are we doing?
Redeem Jeremy on
Time
time out.
But then it's
Dad
always
joke.
awkward because I'm like, ooh.
That's fine. I've
know
got
what
something
to
I want to talk about. Jeremy, get out of here.
Do I have to leave on this one?
Yeah, this is the new ultimate timeout.
It is super
We'll go
sad,
wide so you
Gwen,
get the
but
walk of
then it
shame.
gets super good. Also, Ryan has a thing for the raging boob.
The raging what?
Boob.
Boob?
That's what that is.
Is that a what?
That's what Chris Perillo calls it. It's the raging boob.
Interesting. It looks like, well, I guess.
Yeah.
And he-
Brad not a fan of? Somebody asked me.
So Brad said he turned
Frozen.
Frozen off at like halfway. He said he's not a fan.
That's totally fine.
Well, Tangled. Jeremy likes Tangled.
It's a good. That's the one with
Rapunzel.
Merida. Oh,
No,
Rapunzel.
Merida
I'm
is
thinking
Brave.
of Brave.
Brave is a good movie too.
Tangled has like the super like pompous Prince Charming guy, right?
Huh? Pop?
Pompous or fucking.
It's
Tangled
Zachary
has-
Levi?
No. That's like the guy that has
Flynn
like
Rider?
the donkey or whatever, right? Rider, yeah.
Flynn
I think
Rider.
I thought that there was like a guy that was supposed to be like a Prince Charming type. But he was like imagine like a watered down Gaston. I might be thinking of a different movie.
Yeah. No, this is the Rapunzel one is she is, captured by Mother Gothel and held in the tower.
Yeah. I
She
mean, I know
escapes.
that. I know it. I'm just.
No, so yeah, Flynn Rider tries to steal the crown, then realizes he likes her, and
He's more like Aladdin.
kind of yeah, he is like Aladdin. He's a thief. He's
Gwen
a
says
scoundrel.
she hasn't seen Tangled or Brave.
What? Oh my gosh, Gwen.
And we have a wheel spin redemption by Ryan. So
Should I do that right now?
Jeremy, you can come back in.
No,
and spin
I'm
the
gonna
wheel.
spin it.
All
Dang
right.
it.
I guess Kara's spinning it. Jeremy, you're banned for life.
What if it's gonna be a Carol Lego walk?
No, it's gonna be a Jeremy Lego walk, yo.
Holy, that was a heck of a spin. I hope it lands on Kara Lego walk, to be
I
completely
don't
honest.
want it to.
This thing's never gonna stop. What is happening? The bearings must have been greased. We have Kara. Oh no, it's going backwards. Oh my gosh. What's that say?
Almost landed on Carol Lego walk, but it's
Jeremy explains science.
Oh, okay. So Ryan.
Okay, what are we having Jeremy explain?
Well, so since Ryan redeemed the wheel spin, he gets to pick a scientific topic for Jeremy to explain. Jeremy, put your phone away and sit back down.
Yeah, you cannot Google it.
over here.
No, over there.
here.
You're off timeout now.
You cannot Google it. You cannot Google it. You have to
right there.
just Ryan pick something obscure, something crazy obscure that nobody like.
Brad says, "Wow, the wheel balance is on point." It almost backed up to Kara Lego walk.
Was that the red one there?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The wheel hates me, yo. I'm just
Gave
saying.
it too much spin, Kara.
I just do a better spin than you do.
Also,
Just saying.
these are coming loose again. We need to put some Loctite in there. Did Ryan pick a topic yet?
Not
No,
yet.
Ryan,
You
hurry
wanted
up.
to talk
Okay, the
about
first
up or
scientific
something.
topic that comes into the chat is now going to be the thing that we talk
Yep,
about.
Ryan forfeited his right.
He had right of
Quantum
first
physics.
topic. What's that?
Quantum physics.
That's not fun.
Yo isn't a scientific
I said
topic.
yo. I said yo, so I think Brad's making fun of me.
Oh, I see. He says he wants to know all about sea mammals.
Sea mammals.
Like sea monkeys? Oh.
A mammal that lives in the sea. All right, so now we get to be
Let's
quiet.
just-
This is just Jeremy for like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, all of those are going to start with the only thing I know about mammals is I thought it was the hair that made them a mammal, but it is actually milk production that makes them a mammal. So that is the reason why a platypus is actually considered a mammal because it must give milk even though it lays eggs. But that was the deciding
Okay, here's the
factor.
thing though. Like, how does a platypus baby with its beak nurse?
I don't know. Well, so you know
figured it
that
out and
you know mammal,
Green milk.
mammary mammal. That's how that.
shut up. Really?
Anyway, you're explaining science, not me.
Oh, well, I would never
All right,
put two
Jeremy.
and two together.
Sea mammals.
Yep.
So sea mammals, I don't know, is a whale a mammal?
Is a whale a mammal?
It gives
You're the
live
expert.
birth.
You're explaining science.
It gives
Typically-
live birth.
No.
Oh,
But how does a baby whale suck on the teat? That's illegal to say, right? We're talking about natural things.
This isn't Jeremy asked science questions. You have to explain it to us.
I'm turning red. I don't
Explain
know
sea
why.
mammals.
Why am I so red? Fix the white balance. Why am I so red?
no, talk about mammals, not your face.
My face is a mammal. So I don't know what an example of a sea mammal is. There's no sea mammals.
Yeah, there are.
Dolphins?
Sure.
Whales?
Yeah.
Just tell us about sea mammals. That's the
I
all
only
you have to
know
do.
the mammarygram thing.
Mammary gram.
That they give milk is what makes them a mammal.
That's because Chris tells you. Jeremy,
This was worse than Kara's movie review.
it was.
All you had to do was
Sea
make
mammal.
something up with confidence, and you
Jeremy, you are good at that. I am 1,000%
had
right.
1,000% confidence on stuff that is completely wrong. But you couldn't make up a fact about sea mammals.
I'm trying to explain real science.
No, this doesn't say Jeremy explains real science. This is just Jeremy explains science.
I could have explained how the force works better than sea mammals. They're confusing. How do sea mammals fall in love?
I don't know if they fall in
Can you
love.
fall in water?
That's what I'm getting at. They can't fall in love. Singing mammary grand, says Blad. Blad
Says Blad to the
good
impatient.
old Greenwetsky.
We need more subs so we can get the Grain Wetsky emote in
Oh
on
my
this.
gosh, guys. I don't even know. Jeremy.
Gwen says moose are food for killer whales.
So let's talk about these sea mammals. You know what? Mermaids would be a sea mammal, right? Because they probably produce
Jeremy,
milk.
mermaids aren't real.
No, they don't have to be, apparently, in the world
Let
we
Jeremy
live in.
explain. This is
Okay,
Jeremy
all right,
explains. Explain mermaids.
Mermaids would be a mammal, or they're mammals because they have the ability to produce milk. We don't know how they give birth, but, you know. Who needs to figure that out? But sailors used to confuse manta rays for dolphins. What? Well, wasn't there a reason why
Chris,
manatees.
this is Jeremy.
Manatees. Not manta rays. Manatees. This is the story of my life. I'm like 80% close.
This is the best wheel
But
spin
you're
redemption we've
1,000% right that you're.
No, I
1,000%
thought,
sure you're
I don't know, you know, maybe manta rays are my thing. I would, you know, flapjacks get me excited.
What?
Flat things.
Somebody
turn me
clip
on, I
that,
guess.
please.
Let me explain my joke. Sailors,
It's not a joke if you have to explain it.
Sailors would look at the manatees and think that they were women from being bored and out at sea for so long. So I got manatees confused with manta rays. So I thought, well, maybe if I make it seem like flat things, like if I saw a manta ray, I'd be like, hey, baby, I was out at sea. So then it was kind of funny to me if I thought manta rays were cool and attractive, maybe pancakes and anything that was flat would be attractive.
Can you imagine if Steve Irwin got poisoned to death by a pancake?
Oh, my goodness, right through the heart.
I feel we need another one of those sometime soon.
Ryan says, all I know is that mammals have an anus. And that is true because that's a conversation that we had like last week.
But
But
other animals have them as well that are not mammals.
Yes.
I was gonna say fish poop.
Snakes.
Well, so snakes, no, reptiles have a cloaca, which is different than an anus.
Really?
Because
How about a starfish?
it's both excrements go out of the same hole.
What?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That would stink.
Yes, it would. No pun intended.
I don't want to clean up that cage because it smells.
What about birds? Do they have a cochlea?
Cloaca.
They don't have a cochlea?
It's no.
Is a cochlea in your throat?
I don't know what that is, but I know that it's not a bird butthole.
What's a cochlea? It's your eardrum. That's what a cochlea is.
Cochlea cola. You can really hear it fizzing.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so let's
It is
circle
a
all the way
disaster.
back to before like the secret for the secret forbidden podcast that we did that was like 8 minutes long and really terrible. What was the good idea that I had, Jeremy?
Oh, to give out Game Boy cartridges with Rise of the Podcast stickers at Star Wars Celebration.
I think that'd be sweet.
I had
What if we
seen-
turned them into keychains?
I had
Well, that's like a whole extra step.
It doesn't take that long. Just make them like about this big. Have them on a little keychain. People would totally carry that around. That's sick.
Game Boy cart's already kind of about that big. I just don't know how you would just like hot glue a chain on, or I'm trying to keep production costs down.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
and time is of the essence
You
here.
could be like, here, have this, turn it into a keychain.
We could do it. Put a ribbon around it.
That is an ornament.
That'd be cool though.
Right?
It's a Christmas ornament.
Merry
People would hang it
celebration.
on. People would hang it
Our
on backpacks
viewership right
and
around
stuff.
Christmas just spikes because everyone's hanging it on their tree and remembers about us. And then after the holidays, it goes
That's
down again.
so like we already have May, right? So like May the 4th or whatever. So like that's like our thing. So if we just get them in Christmas time too, that's like we just need to start filling in the gaps in between them.
Right?
Brad says just make it so it can go on a lanyard.
Everyone wears
there we
lanyards,
go.
so just make something to put on them.
Could we turn them into pins?
Why is Brad's name censored according to Gwen?
What?
Gwen said that's a good idea.
No, she said
That's
the
up
up
carrot.
arrows.
So she's saying the thing above is good. Do you even go on the internet?
No,
Do you even internet? Oh.
and not anymore. I don't have my shirt. It's the heart of the pulse.
The heart of the
Heart
pulse.
of the pulse.
On the
I love
internet.
you.
It's like the heart of the cards.
Actually, Chris,
Yes.
we should not do Game Boy cartridges.
I was trying to think of something small and easy to make.
It's right in front of us. Lego studs, dude.
I mean, we could, but it's a lot harder to put a sticker on a Lego stud.
Yes, but could be really cool. People would probably really like it. They'd be like, "Oh, cool!" And then Rise of the Podcast.
Could we? Could we put the Rise of the Podcast logo instead of Lego?
I bet you
on
I
top?
could Fiverr somebody, or I could figure it out. We could just print it and have it say ROTP with a QR code on the inside. I don't know. Those would be fun to get out.
I was just thinking of something that's like easy to make like 50 or 100 of.
Yeah.
Flat and no support needed.
I can put them in my travel-on bag. And they're like, what's all those? And I'm like, I like playing the same game. Hand it out to the TSA people.
Right.
This one's for you.
For instance, there are convention pass holders with a border.
That's like, I'm trying to think of something that's like, we have 3D printers and I can order stickers for the cheap. Like, that's like what I was thinking. Is like if we were going to do something else, it's like we should have done that like 2 months ago.
That's true.
Like when Jeremy should have bought the plane tickets.
Hey, waiting was actually ended up being cheaper than
and better time.
Well, so there was like the cheap price point, and then it was like waiting, and then it spiked, and then it was like, okay, go add a little bit of a deal.
It's basically what happened with GameStop.
That's true.
Stock.
Bringing up an old reference.
Yeah. Anyway.
With the times, Karen.
So.
It's an older reference, but it checks out.
It checks out.
So we will be handing out cool things at Celebration.
I hope so. Let's not promise too much. I'm going to have to design that sticker tonight.
You can do it. You can do it.
I think like literally I just like all I need to do is figure out like I'll find a Game Boy STL, measure up what the size of the thing needs to be. And just
I was going to say
order.
send it to us and we can be printing on it too.
Do you think would it be better to just rip them off one at a time, or do you like just like fill a
multiples.
print bed and go?
Maybe fill the print bed.
That's what I do.
It depends on the day. If I got
Maybe
home,
if you slice like 3 different ones, it's like here's a single, here's like one row, and here's a full bed. So it's like overnight you can just go.
That's
knock them
exactly
all
what I
out.
was thinking. If I'm going to sit at home, I could just rip them off one at a time. Because I do hate when a print fails and then the whole bed turns out to.
Yeah, you're literally 7 hours into a 13-hour print, whereas you could have gotten like 6 good ones and then the fail or whatever. Yeah.
Anyway, Star Wars. What are we talking about Star Wars today?
Well, Celebration I thought was going to be our Star Wars thing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But unless Jeremy has an actual Star Wars thing to bring up.
Well, no. So I did watch. So the other, okay. I wanted to talk more about Up, but we'll stick to Star Wars. It's fine. Really liked Up. I really liked Ed Asner, and I really liked The Bird, and I was going to compare it to Paddington, but that's fine.
Go for it.
I like how you're talking about an old movie and comparing it to another old movie.
But anyway, so I had Chip after we got done watching Up. Then we sat and watched the behind the scenes of the Book of Boba Fett. And that was really, really good. So a lot of the things that I know people have their opinions about Book of Boba Fett, but it is amazing to me how much work and energy and everything that went into the production of that show, or what goes into the production of these things. So the first thing is let's talk about Kirstan, the Wookiee.
Kirsten.
So
Chrysanthemum.
Their first thought was if they were going to add a Wookiee, kids are going to tend to be like me and just get everything mushed together, and they're going to be like Chewie. So they had to make this Wookiee be very distinct from Chewbacca. That was like their first concept. Is they're like wanted to make it sure.
He reminded me of Tarful.
Yeah, right. He did more.
But I mean, Tarful's kind of a obscure, I guess, Wookiee.
I've never heard of him.
He is in Revenge of the Sith.
So they looked into the extended universe, like all the EU stuff, like, hey, we don't have to reinvent the wheel here. And how cool would it be? So they had all these different concepts for like Jedi Wookiees and bounty hunter Wookiees and all these things, and they ended up going with this like basically bounty hunter style Wookiee. He ostensibly is, though he does take contracts for money, so he is.
He's definitely a bounty hunter.
Or like so
slash assassin, I guess. Also
mercenary.
sort of owned by the Hutts, maybe.
Yep, a merc. So they talked about him and just like they rigged up his face. All the behind the scenes stuff is super interesting. They rigged up the face so that when he raised his eyebrows as an actor, it would raise the eyebrows on the Wookiee, and then the mouth too would move. And it was just incredible to see like behind the scenes. So he'd be like, he could add emotion, and he did the whole like.
So is it like they're like pasting stuff onto him, so it's like doing stuff, or is it like what I imagine when he said that is like people put like the brain sensors on you when you're sleeping. That's what I was imagining was like rigged onto him.
It is something like that, yeah. Where it was like a sticker with a sensor, and if it
you can detect the
exactly.
Interesting.
That makes sense.
That's cool.
What is Brad saying? He can't read it from here.
I think they should have made him a bounty hunter Ewok. His movie would be Biting Ankles.
Brad, I want to see. Carrie, you should draw up some concept art of an Ewok bounty hunter.
That would be funny.
because I love the concept art on a lot of these things. So anyways, and then the other cool thing is way back in the day, when Tamora Morrison was cast for the role of Jango Fett, George Lucas pulled Kathleen Kennedy aside and said, if you ever do Boba Fett live action, you need to use Tamora Morrison.
Really?
So way back in the day, George Lucas had already had it planned out. Like, if you're going to use Boba Fett, do Tamora Morrison, because George Lucas has really a big thing for
I mean, it only makes sense since Boba is a clone of Jango that Tamora would play him.
So I thought that was kind of a cool little throwback. And then, like, I know I had read on some Reddit forums and stuff like that that people really thought that the acting wasn't the best for Tamora Morrison, and I think he did a fine job.
Yeah.
I had no complaints about the way he acted.
Yeah, I thought it was really, really good. And so there was 2 points he was trying to drive home was when he made his appearance as Boba Fett in Mando, he wanted to drive the character's like abilities home. And I watched the fight scene where Yoda is baby Yoda, Grogu is on the pillar, like reaching out to Luke through the Force, and that's when the Razor Crest gets blown up, and then Boba Fett shows up. His fight scenes in that were amazing. Like, I don't realize how good he was in that fight scene. And then he talks about using melee like the gaffy stick, and he didn't want it to just be like a bash fight scene, but a more precise, like land it where the hit needs to go and then move on. So there was like all the thought that went into it. And then like they showed his workout, Tamora Morrison's workout routine, and he showed like how buff he got working, like his daily schedule. So this behind the scenes was really in depth and really, really interesting into all the work that went into it. Really, really neat. And then they just talked about like having Mandalorians now. So Boba Fett used the gaffy stick more because Mando is the gunslinger.
Okay.
So they're like trying to drive home these distinct like roles or differences, so you have some, you know, dynamic relationship where they're not just both blasting everybody, and it played really well. And then like watching back some of the scenes bit by bit, it is like there's a scene where when the town is getting taken over before the Rain Corps shows up, there's like a guy calling on the roof, and Boba Fett uses his missile launcher to blow him up. I'm like, oh, that is super good. I want to go back and watch that now again. It's fun.
I liked the show.
We started watching, so Kara doesn't let me watch anything by myself anymore. I always have to wait for Kara to watch everything.
Did you watch that TikTok I sent you?
Yes.
With like the guy who did you show Kara at all?
No, I didn't.
So this guy like is like doing this TikTok. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go tell my girlfriend I'm gonna go watch a movie without her, right? And she's like laying in bed. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go watch a movie now. She's like, wait, what? And he just like gets up and walks out, and then like he sits down on the couch, and she comes like flying out of the bedroom, like wrapped around in her blanket, and then she just like bites it and falls down in the hallways. Like she's like, ah! And he's like, it's just like people need to be allowed to watch things on their own. You like, especially just for an economy of time. It's like you can watch stuff individually and then talk about it later, and then you have something to talk about instead of just sitting silently next to each other. And then being like, okay, that was cool, or whatever. I just think like it could lead to a better amount of discourse to actually have a conversation after the fact. So Tony says there's an Ewok Jedi.
I want to see this Ewok Jedi. That sounds amazing.
What's the Ewok Jedi's name?
Yeah, Tony, what's the Ewok Jedi's name? So what was I talking about?
You were talking about Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, but
oh yeah, and we were talking about you not being able to watch shows without me.
Not being able to watch shows. So I wanted to watch Moon Knight, right? Which was actually really, really good. I really enjoyed it.
I really liked it.
Oh, he doesn't.
But Kara's like, I want to watch that too. And then I forgot the whole train of thought where I was going with this.
Yeah, so Tony says he doesn't have a name. He does not, but he was. This says on Wikipedia, an Ewok Jedi was an activity at some point following the founding of the New Republic in 4 ABY. Unusually for most Ewoks, this Ewok was born with the necessary mental capacity to access and utilize the Force. So,
are they saying Ewoks are normally dumb?
They're very primitive.
Yes. I mean, they're at least as smart as a Wookiee.
Well, I was gonna say,
but they don't use guns.
Caught Chewie.
Huh?
They caught Chewie.
I mean, it's true, but Chewie is like food driven.
I was about to say I thought Ewoks were actually pretty smart until I realized they worshipped C-3PO.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wait, they're really dumb.
And like I said, they don't use guns. Like they haven't been able to create guns and stuff like that. Wookiees have guns.
But the Wookiees, they didn't make the bowcaster. Han and Chewie probably just roam in the galaxy, and Chewie's like, oh, there's a nice gun.
Wookiees make their own bowcasters. It's part of like their thing.
No way.
100%. 100%.
I never have heard that.
Dude, if you would have read the Star Wars every day I did about bowcasters, you would know this.
Was there a Star Wars every day about bowcasters?
Yes.
No way.
Jeremy probably was the one to talk about it.
No, this is one of the typed ones that I know Jeremy didn't read.
Oh, funny. No way. I did
All
not
this
know
content will generate for the channel and it never gets double checked.
It's a lot of content some days.
Anyway, Moon Knight.
Well, no, I was going to talk about being able to watch stuff and like shows I was looking to watch by myself, and then just not being able to because you wanted to watch them all with me. So, but Moon Knight was really, really good.
I liked it. I really liked the Moon Knight.
Egyptian lore is fantastic. It's fun too because it's like I've had enough like exposure to different like Tony used to like Anubis, right? Is that an Egyptian god?
Yeah.
And then in Destiny, the game Kara's got the knives
Osiris.
from. Osiris is a character in there. I don't know. It's been mixed throughout all the years. I've seen the Mummy and the Mummy Returns. Like that carries a lot of weight. But no, there was super awesome seeing all. I really liked what's a Kanash.
Tuaret. Oh, Kanoosh.
The one who basically is giving Moon Knight his powers.
Khonshu.
Yes, like cashew, but Khonshu.
Yep. And he is fighting Amit.
If he
I like
discovered that you were
Tuaret.
taking cookies out of the cookie jar, he'd say, "Can't you taking cookies?"
Oh, boo.
Tuaret is hilarious. I love
the
her.
hippo was amazing. Yeah. Super, super funny. But I thought
Sorry, you guys carry on.
the Field of Reeds, I thought you also had to get through the Field of Reeds, but was that did somebody redeem a blackout? Ooh. So when you pass in the afterlife, you're supposed to get, is that how we're doing it, huh?
I wonder, do we need a little bit of fill? Does that do anything?
It's too far away. Yeah, too much fall off.
Anyway.
Star Wars After Dark. I like how the lights
A little
go
bit,
up.
actually. Maybe on the stream it looked like it did something.
Well, that's cool.
If I actually pointed at you guys, it would help.
My glasses are getting a weird reflection off of it. Ooh. So anyway,
We need to come up with another lighting setup for when we're doing. Oh, there we go. I like that.
kind of fun, right?
Yep.
No, so when you die in the Egyptian lore, you ride a boat and they weigh your heart against the feather and what
Across
else?
the Duat.
The feather and
Your heart.
But isn't there something
Nope,
else they
it's
check
just
too?
a feather in the heart.
Balance and that's it?
Yep.
Yep.
So then if you pass that, you go to the Field of Reeds. But I thought you also had to get through the Fields of Reeds.
Nope, the Field of Reeds is where you end up.
It
Yep.
is, huh?
The Duat, if you're traveling across
the
the
Duat
Duat,
is-
and
yeah.
if your heart is heavier or whatever, as if it's evil, then you get to get dumped in the Duat.
Yeah, and then you turn into a big sand.
Stand statue. Yes.
Unless the power of brotherly love saves you.
Yep.
Spoiler if you haven't watched the movie.
Even though it's schizophrenic love.
It was really well done. So I would love to do a comparison because it's like,
What?
Brad's referencing the classic Conan O'Brien bit. So there's leading up to the millennium on late night, or is it late night or whatever the show is? Yeah, the late night with Conan O'Brien. They would do this thing where they would make predictions about what's going to happen in the year 2000. So they would put the lights down, they would uplight themselves with things, and they'd be like, in the year 2000.
I
Jeremy,
would have done that the
In
second
the
we went
year
live.
2000. And then they'd say something ridiculous like, gas prices will become so high that people will work 17 jobs just to buy 1 gallon of gasoline.
That's true. It is in the year 2022.
what was my phone doing?
Gas will get out of control.
Yep.
Did you see the flashing on my phone screen? Look at that.
I did.
That's just picking up the.
Oh, yeah, it's just
bar.
reflecting this light.
Yeah.
Or no, it's reflecting, to me, it's reflecting those lights.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, there. That's what it is. Okay.
Kara's like
like,
easily
what's
distracted more than Doug.
Squirrel!
And Squirrel. That's what I was going for. Jeez, Kara.
So what we need to do, I really like the blackout. I think this looks cool. What I need to do is get like a couple more like LED lights to like shoot at you guys or something.
Right.
Do you like the spooky story lights?
I like how I'm the most well lit person here now.
And you don't even have a camera on you.
We need to rig those Legos with LEDs so they're like a little Lego LED light strip or something. or landing lights.
Due to a shortage of baby formula, Jeremy will master his knowledge of animal husbandry and milk all the mammals for Chip. That is amazing.
Yes, Brad. Yes.
I knew I liked you for a reason.
Brad,
That's your
that's one
deep
of my
cut
favorite-
Conan O'Brien references.
Brad, that was one of my favorite comments that you've made yet to date. That is really funny. It's like applicable to tonight's thing. So the Field of Reeds is like Valheim for Vikings. Mm-hmm. What other mythological end of life places do we, and we have heaven in
Valheim or Valhalla?
Valhalla.
Sorry, it's a stupid video game.
Okay.
Oh man.
What's the one for the Greeks and the Romans and stuff like that? Mount Olympus is where the gods live
Roman
in Greek mythology.
afterlife.
Well, and then the River of Souls in Hades is like
Is hell.
is like
Deceased lived in the underworld, blah, blah, blah. According to an unreputable source, there's no fixed or enforced beliefs about life after death in ancient Rome. The general consensus was that the deceased lived in the underworld. Influences and adaptations from Greek culture can be found through poetry, blah, blah, blah. The fields of Elysium, where souls of the blessed reside, and then the gloomy Tartarus, home of the damned. So Elysium would be in the Aeneid, according to the Aeneid by Virgil, would be.
That's funny. The Aeneid is the what they call the grouping of Egyptian gods.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Did you learn that in Moon Knight?
Yeah.
Really?
Because in the very beginning,
This is, I think.
in the beginning, he was like, "Oh, I had a complaint about the Aeneid poster we have. You only have 7 gods on here, and there's actually 9."
Oh, that's dang, Kara. You have a Rain Man memory there.
My mind is like a steel trap.
For things you're interested in.
Yep.
If it's just not interested in it, it's like two opposite magnets.
Yeah. Like weird movies.
Tell us about. Kara's been learning HTML.
I have been. I've been learning HTML and kind of working on CSS. It's cool. It's interesting. I like it.
So you're talking about the Ennead. This is the poem Aeneid. So here, this is the thing I'm talking about.
Oh, the Aeneid or whatever.
And this is what you're talking about. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know how to pronounce either one, but they're close but different things.
Okay. I didn't realize it was different spelling. The way you said it, it could have been spelled.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's why I was like, I know what you're talking about, and I can't remember exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I had to Google a bunch of stuff. That's why you heard clickety clack clack clickety clack. Then Tony said, "There's the River of Styx."
Yes, that's actually what it's called.
That's where they play Mr. Roboto on repeat. The band Styx recorded Mr. Roboto.
Yep.
Nope. I'm not going to acknowledge that with a laugh.
All right. So
I feel like right now I want to sing "Hello, Darkness, My Old Friend."
the idea behind the Blackout Redemption would be at some point, like, and I don't know how to do it like graphically, but be like somebody has to like, oh, okay, perfect. Ryan redeems Spin the Wheel of Mystical Fortune. Basically, I wanted to be like Blackout. We stay in Blackout until somebody else does like a Channel Point Redemption or Tips or Cheers or something
To turn it back on.
to turn it back on. So because we have a wheel spin, we can now turn the lights back on.
Praise
Sounds
God.
good.
I'm getting
All right.
tired of holding my phone.
So you guys can continue talking.
I am excited for this wheel spin, except I'm going to tighten down this knob really quick. Kara, you keep it calm.
Oh yeah, like you're good. Why? Okay, Chris left to turn the lights on. Jeremy left to tighten the knobs, and y'all leave me to keep the convo going.
You don't understand how important it is to tighten the knob, all right? Why are
That's
you
what she
smiling
said.
like that? You are ridiculous. Is that an Ahsoka emote?
No.
What is it?
That is Keej Dance, according to this.
So Brad says we need to read.
It's a VTuber.
We need to buy a clapper for the lights. I agree.
Well, so I was trying to get a system where they were all in like one power strip so I could turn them on and off together or whatever. And this was just sort of the hacked together version that I was able to assemble because I wanted to get more channel
You
redemption.
should have a light switch right on the pole there.
All right, Jeremy, I need you to
Hard
run me
warrior
another
man.
outlet.
No, what would be really cool too is if we were able to like attach a little motor to that was directly hooked up to a Discord bot. So when somebody...
No, I would automatically assume you guys would rig it up so it'd be Kara walks on Legos
If
every
you think
single
we're
time.
smart enough to be able to rig something like that, you're giving us too much credit.
No, we are. But there's enough collective brain power here we can figure it out.
The 2 brain cells we share between the 3 of us.
How cool...
Are you saying Jeremy doesn't have one?
Oh!
I'm saying unless we borrow it to him, he doesn't have one.
Okay.
How cool would it be if somebody redeemed like a wheel spin and the wheel just started spinning?
That would be kind of cool. So that being said, we could do it with like a monitor or a screen or something with a virtual wheel.
Yeah.
Would be like easy to do.
I would trust
And then it'd
that.
be really easy to put in weight, Kara Lego walk at 99 out of 100 and everything else at 1 out of 100.
You guys are hilarious. All right, spin the dumb wheel.
All right, here we go.
Is that the sound of you slapping the floor?
No,
That was the sound of Jeremy farting.
it was not.
That was a flip flop, maybe.
No, I'm not sure.
Whatever that slapping.
All right, here we go. Let's see what we got.
Jeremy walk on Lego. Jeremy walk on Lego.
Kara move. Kara movie
Okay,
review.
Okay, so what movie?
Ryan, what movie am I watching?
Yeah, Ryan. You can pick any movie you want Kara to do a review of for next week's episode.
Please make it something good.
Do we want it to be something she's never seen before?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can guarantee you, if Ryan is suggesting it, she will not have seen it before.
Brad is excited. Did he say yes? Is that what he's
No.
excited for?
Yeah.
You have to write down.
They want you to.
Oh,
get
Ryan, you want
better
me to
at it.
choose?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna do you a favor, Ryan. You're gonna watch Black Sheep,
I've
What
never
is
even
Black
heard
Sheep?
of it.
Chris Farley film.
Oh, the sequel to Tommy Boy?
It's not a sequel, but
It's a mirror.
it's
universe.
it's another in that
You'll
vein.
love it. You'll love it.
Will I though?
Does
will
Brad
I?
agree? I want Brad to agree.
Okay, so you need to write down.
Yeah, Ryan
Oh,
says I
Ryan
agree.
agrees.
That's
All
the one
right.
he wants.
Here's the good news. You're in for a treat.
Brad, next week it was okay, I guess.
Here's the deal. Did you like Tommy Boy?
I recall it being fine. It was a good movie.
Okay, good. If you like Tommy Boy, you should love Black Sheep.
Okay.
You can get a good
You
look
need
at a
to
steak
write
by sticking
down-
your head up a bull's butt. Would you just take the butcher's word for it?
Is that from Black?
No, that's from Tommy Boy.
Okay, okay.
Lots of people go to school for 8 years. Yeah, they're called doctors. Melted chocolate in the intake, that'll really up the resale.
Oh, yeah,
value.
that's David
Richard,
Spade, too.
It's got
And they're both in the-
They're both in
Okay,
it.
I like David Spade. He's in Shoot Me Now or Just
Shoot me now.
Yeah.
He said, "Shoot me now."
No, you have to write down the questions that I have to answer again. I forget what they are.
There is so many.
It's like, so instead of just doing like a plot summary thing, it's like what was your favorite scene? What was your least favorite scene? Overall, what was your impression? Who would you recommend it to? Would you watch it again?
Okay.
See, on Tommy Boy,
I'll send it in
over and
Messenger or
over
something.
again.
I'll send it to you in Messenger.
I won't forget either. Black Sheep, I really enjoy. I mean, I used to own the DVD for that movie. I don't know where it is, but I used to own the DVD.
We have a Death Star plans been stolen. We are now talking about our favorite board games.
Oh, fun. Who redeemed that?
Jim did.
Oh, fun. Okay, so
I suppose I can cut from the wide back in so people can see you.
board games have been my addiction lately, but like weird off the beat ones. So I've been wanting to play this one with Kara, but she refuses to learn it, which is kind
Spice
of
Road?
Okay, no.
No.
I told Jeremy, I was like, you learn this inside and out, know exactly what to do with everything.
We're talking about canceling Jim now. The Death Star plans have been redeemed.
Well, nobody's going to hear about your game. So, boom. Cancel Jim.
Yep. So how are we going
We
to
have
cancel
joined
Jim?
cancel culture, and Jim is being
wait,
canceled.
wait.
What?
Spice Road too spicy or Spicy Boy? That's
One
hilarious.
spicy boy.
I love that.
Sorry, Jim, you've been canceled. We can't talk about you now. We don't talk about Jimbo.
Well, no.
We
so
don't
wait.
talk about
So
Jimbo.
Death Star plans allow somebody to like immediately change the topic.
Yep.
So did it cancel out Jim's or did
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, topic has been changed. The Death Star plans have been stolen.
No.
Oh, now it says Death Star plans back to Jim.
So we talk about board games then.
Okay.
Sorry, I really embellished a lot. I didn't even say the game. Okay, wait, so it's called The Crew, and it's basically like the classic card game Spades.
With 10 million other things added into it.
No.
Spades is a
Yes.
good game, though.
Spades, okay, so maybe
Okay,
you and I
but
would
no,
like
here's
it.
the thing. It's
Chris, there's
not
15
just spades.
Chris, it's sweet, dude.
Jim, this redemption needs a cool down.
Yeah, so it can't get overridden immediately.
Yeah,
right?
you know what? I'm going to put in a 5-minute cooldown on that.
That way, if somebody
Okay, so with the classic game of spades, like there's table talk allowed, but only specific table talk at specific times during the thing. And also, not table talking is also table talk. And then there's missions. 50 missions you have to complete.
To be played at one sit down. Chris, how much fun does this sound? So, okay, just so everyone knows, who here has not played spades? Raise your hand if anybody has not played spades in real life. So Kara has it. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. You play for tricks.
You freaking what, mate?
You heard me. You play for tricks. So if I lay
Tricks
down,
are for kids.
Silly rabbit. Yeah.
If I lay down like a 9 of hearts, that is now the suit. Whoever lays the highest heart wins that trick. And
Unless you trumpet.
Unless you trumpet with a spade. But you can only play a spade, the first spade, once you don't have...
spades has to be broken.
They have to be broken in order to play them.
So you have to follow suit. If you can't follow suit, then you can break trump.
Yep.
Once trump has been broken, then you
maybe
can
I
lead
have
trump.
played it. It's been a long time.
And it's really fun. And
it's similar-ish to hearts.
But you usually play with partners, right?
Yep.
And the person
you bid your
across from
hands.
Yep. And then you can't like talk and say what you have. So this game, the crew, it's the same concept, but you draw a mission card. So then what you have to do is you have to win the round where the card you drew comes up. So let's say you draw a mission to get the 3 of hearts.
Oh, cool. This sounds awesome.
Isn't it fun? You have to get the 3 of hearts. So it's actually, but everybody's got their own mission. And you know what your mission is.
So, like, if you had 3 of hearts and I had 9 of clubs and they're both in the same thing, now we both, like someone who's like, oh, okay, we'll lead hearts. And they're like, I'm going to throw away this club on top. And you're like, crap, now we both need egg, whatever.
Well, here's the thing. It's a cooperative game, and you only win if you all work together. And so if you win this trick, whatever,
Yeah.
and there's a card in it that somebody else needs, something like detrimental happens to you.
You like lose your communication with other people. It seems really fun. It was only $10.
There just seems to be a lot that goes into it, and it also says it is the best played with 3 to 4 players.
Not just 2, but you can play it 2.
Yeah.
But there's a 50 mission logbook, and you got to get through all the 50 missions.
And they say this takes a few weeks.
Well, yeah, it's like, you do a mission or 2 here or there.
Exactly it, Kara. You only do a couple missions here and there.
When you buy a book of Mad Libs, you don't sit down for 6.5 hours and do every single Mad Lib.
Kara does the whole book of Sudoku.
But Mad Libs, like, each one completes itself. It's not like a continuing story.
and
with the mission.
Each mission completes itself.
Yeah, if you win the mission, then you're good and you're done. You get a good feeling.
No.
What do you mean no?
No.
Do you feel the obligation to beat all 50 missions in one sitting?
Yeah.
Hero Realms, like, cooperative campaign is meant to be played over. You would not like D&D then. Because D&D, you'd start your overarching mission, and you play it.
But there's a guy who's been doing a D&D campaign for literally 40 years. One campaign, Kara.
What?
Yep, I watched it. I can't remember who did a Variety or someone did a thing on him where he was talking about like different people come and go, but like the core story has been propagated through this single campaign of D&D since he was like 16 years old or something.
This guy has no life.
Or he has the coolest life.
Anyways, Jim.
He's a professor.
Jeez.
The other thing, so then there's a couple things. Board game got me to do my very first Kickstarter, and then so now that I've done 1 Kickstarter, I have done 3 Kickstarters. Have I done 2 board games, or just have I only done 2 Kickstarters?
You've done Fire in the Hole.
Is that a secret?
I bought an extra one, and I was going to give it to you.
To me?
Yeah, you.
All right. I'm cool with that.
Do you want to hear about it?
I'm sure.
It's been popped. We'll go there. I'm tearing up.
Did you accidentally buy 2? Or
No,
did you
I literally thought
2?
that if you and I play it together, you're going to want your own version. Yes, it is the canon one, Jim. So it's a pop-up pirate ship.
This already sounds incredible.
It's a dexterity game. So you get like little foam cannonballs, and you try to do like, I think like tic-tac-toe, or not like tic-tac-toe, but you try to get like a square of 4 by each other of your color.
Okay.
And so each turn, you've got cards that can like interfere with other people. So you can make someone wear an eye patch. So when they throw, they have like lose their depth perception. You can like get where you like throw multiple balls in one hand toss. And so, yeah, it's literally, you're just like throwing cannonballs at a ship. And then there's like ones where it was like, it lets you like take someone's cannonball out of the board. But it looked ridiculously fun. So I backed that one. And so I did, It's like one for $20, or you can do one for $30 plus all the expansions included, or you can get two for $50 with all the expansions included. So before you know it, I was like, well, if I get this and it's Kickstarted and then you can't get it later on, I'm like, I know somebody I play it with is going to want it. So
The first thing I kickstarted was Exploding Kittens.
Was it really?
Yep.
Dang.
That's crazy. What a popular game.
I love Exploding
I got the
Kittens.
Not Safe for Work edition.
We do too.
And I didn't realize how not safe for work it actually is.
Oh yeah.
It is not safe for work. That is so true.
So my brother was like, hey, you guys got Exploding Kittens, right? And I was like, yeah, we did. He was like, you want to bring it to mom and dad's? Because he has his, but he's coming from like two hours away. So he was like, if you guys just bring yours, whatever. And I was
Does he have the vanilla edition?
He does. I was like, we don't have a mom and dad safe version of Exploding Kittens. So anyway, yeah.
So that one seems pretty fun. And then so now because of that dexterity game, I've been getting tons of Facebook ads for like golf dexterity games and all these.
Tell
other-
them about the video game that we Puff Island or Cloud something like
Island
that.
Skies. So then we went back to Kickstarter for a video game, and it was $20 to back it or $30 for
Chris,
the alpha access.
It's freaking adorable.
So it's like Puff Pals.
stream it.
It's like Stardew crossed with Animal Crossing kind of stuff.
Yeah, you actually do, because like Animal Crossing, you really don't like grow crops. Although in the most recent update, they did add that, believe it or not. But the economy isn't based off crop growing like Stardew. And in this one, it's like, yeah, it's very much so mixed between like Stardew and Animal Crossing, and it seems really fun. So that one's cool. It like
you do-
exponentially blew past its
Yeah.
thing. Then did you see
It's
what?
adorable.
So is it already available to play the alpha then?
No, the alpha comes out in like a month or two, I think. It's
Are you
coming
gonna
out real
stream it?
soon. I could totally stream it.
It's cute. I will be streaming
No,
it.
you need to stream the violent games. Jerry needs to stream the cute games. I need to stream the games where
speaking
you have to be smart.
Speaking of violent games,
You stream the games where you can make sexual innuendos. Timberborn,
Innuendo.
Trail
is an
Makers.
innuendo.
speaking of violent games, I have beat both of Jeremy's chained ogres for him in Sekiro first try. And then I went and I beat my own chained ogre first try.
So, just a little tangent, because I want to keep talking about board games and say for sake of Jim. But last time Kara played on stream Sekiro, she rage quit. You guys all saw her. What I didn't realize is the Genichiro that she was fighting on stream was actually a harder version of
Because
the
you're
normal
going back
boss.
to refight it, so
Because
you get a little extra challenge.
you get a little extra challenge. So then I told her after watching that, and this is actually a really funny story. I told her after watching that, you know what, she should probably just start the game over to like get eased into the mechanics again, because it is a very like, be very, tricky game to master.
Yeah, I got a muscle memory.
And so she was watching me play, and she's like, I want to try this. So because I started a new character.
He was struggling with a chained ogre. So I was like, let me try. Go ahead. Sorry.
Struggling is a big stretch.
He
I
tried
don't
it
think
like
so. Struggling is the default
No.
state for your life.
he had done this like 2 or 3 times. and I was like, let me try
In
it.
Souls game, you know that's the point.
All right, continue, though. What happened, Jeremy?
So she beat it. So then
First try.
I went twice, and then she's like, "Can I try a later version of it?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." So then she tried it again. She beat that one.
First try.
So then I had her fire up her own game, and then I was like, you know what? Maybe Kara is ready just to pick up where she left off, right? Well, here's the best part of this story.
Oh my gosh,
Right
this is
bumper
embarrassing.
is attack. Right trigger uses like your special ability, right? She just played the game and beat this boss yesterday. Left bumper is block. So she fires up her own game and she keeps spanning special ability, and she doesn't even understand what's
and
going
run
on.
is holding down B and not left thumbstick.
Even though she just did fine with the
I
controls
know.
yesterday, so I was like, maybe you should start.
So then I went, but I ended up beating the second round of the headless ape and his girlfriend.
Cam was there for that. The first round of the ape.
Yeah.
Cam watched her beat
Yep.
the Guardian Ape.
Yep. So then the second, yesterday, 3 days ago, somewhere in there, I beat the Guardian Ape and his girlfriend, because he comes back because he still has a centipede in him. And I beat the Chained Ogre, and I beat this crazy ninja guy right before you go on to fight Allfather.
Very
She was
accomplished.
I was slaying it in Sekiro the other night. And then I
And
started.
you didn't stream it.
I didn't. It wasn't a stream night.
So you can still stream.
I know it's true.
Jeremy's going to be just as irresponsible either way.
And then I went to fight Allfather, and I almost got through the first phase with Allfather, but
Brad, what a coincidence. My last girlfriend was a headless ape. You're gonna have to show me pictures of your ex-girlfriends, Brad.
Seriously.
No,
Like,
what I do want to
boy.
say though is like out of context, if you just listen to some of the conversations gamers have, like, well, then I had to kill the monkey and his girlfriend, the headless ape and his girlfriend.
That chained ogre.
Good thing he's a butt man.
Oh, all right. So, not that like I'm gonna reel us back in from this tangent. I want to go back to board games.
What's the monkey with the red butt?
A baboon?
Do you like baboons, Brad?
They're signaling him.
Yep,
The tail is like a big arrow that says right here.
right here, and the color. But
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
all right, back to board
so
games.
you didn't say what your favorite board game is. You just talked about some board games that you like.
What has been my jam for board
Wingspan,
games?
1000%.
Wingspan is probably my favorite. But I also have Railroad Inc. has been really fun, like the actual game. We've been playing. Oh, the simplest card game, Jim. You'd actually have really fun playing it. Would be Nut Squirrel. It is.
Jeremy's been loving Nut
We
Squirrel.
bought it for Chip, but this game has taken people's in my life by storm. Everybody I've played with it loves it. It is literally a deck full of nuts and seeds and squirrels. So you draw up, and then you just say, okay, I'm good. I'm gonna pass. So let's say you draw like 3 nuts, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna pass. So then it goes to Kara's turn. So then she draws, and if she gets a squirrel, at that point, all of her nuts are gone. And then
'Cause the squirrel stole 'em.
I get to bank mine and keep them safe. But then if she passes back, and then I draw a squirrel, then what I draw on the last turn is now gone as well. So your nuts aren't safe until you bank them. And so it's just this little
And you can only bank once a squirrel pops up.
Yep, you can only bank once a squirrel pops up.
So basically, if you're like super unlucky, you could end up with nothing.
It
forever.
happens a lot of games. You just end up with nothing because it's like you try to pull a couple, and then people just like pass at the right time, and then you draw a squirrel, and then it's like they'll draw a squirrel, and then you draw a squirrel. So anyways, they made a updated version of it, and it's called Even Nuttier Edition. So they added some modifier cards, which are really fun. So there's a golden acorn that's worth 5, a squirrel cage that lets you squirrel 1 cage, Winter's Coming card, which forces you to draw 3 additional cards when you get it. It's fun. The game sounds really. It's stupid fun.
It is fun.
I played it.
Fun.
Okay, I want to talk about this ice cream social joke that you cracked earlier.
Oh, okay.
Karen never even heard about this. So Chris said if he steals an F-16, we've got to put away our ice cream sandwiches and then go stop him, right? So I was talking to Chris last week at work, and talking about my day and everything. And this person had just got back from his 6-month deployment, so it was their first day back to work. So I got an email that morning that, at 1600, we're going to have an ice cream social upstairs to welcome this person back. So I went up there, and there was a big old thing of vanilla ice cream. So somebody was dishing that up. They had hot fudge syrup for the top of it.
Gosh.
Chopped peanuts, and a brownie to put in the top of that.
Dang.
So I went up there, and I had just this deluxe sundae, and we all just sat there and talked for the last half an hour of the day.
I wish I could do that. Be like, hey, everybody, leave your patience for a half hour. We're just going to eat ice cream, and we're just going to chit chat. Forget your patience.
We were talking about like something else, and I might have been like in the middle of some like horrible project or something. It's like I just needed like vent. He's like, oh, yeah, I got this ice cream social I've got to go to. And I was like, what is your job? How's that
Seriously?
defending our country?
I know. Jeremy complains about his job, but it's real cushy.
It's not
real
cushy.
How is it not cushy?
Cushy.
How is it
It
not
is
cushy?
cushy.
First off, I hate talking to other people. So the social anxiety while I'm sitting there eating my ice cream.
Jeremy, I see 8 brand new people that I have to talk to every single day. You want to talk about not talking to people? I talk to people.
Here's what you do, Jerry. You're just like, oh, I have an ice cream headache. I can't talk right now.
Yeah,
talk right now.
And Jeremy's like, shoot, he's coming towards me. Don't look at him. He might go away. I'm like, oh, hi,
Aren't you wearing
so-and-so. I'm ready to
camouflage?
clean
Just
your
blend
teeth.
in.
Oh yeah,
And
just
then
blend in.
I get to yell at people because they don't brush their freaking teeth. It's like,
So if you don't yell at them, they'll be happier.
Yeah.
I don't yell at them. I talk to them. But Jeremy,
Anyways, there's a reason why I didn't tell Kara about ice cream social time.
Because of this?
Because they're masturbate. But here's the flip side of it. I wouldn't mind talking to random people. When you're on the same playing field as someone, it's a lot easier to chit chat with them and BS with them. Once there's like a rank structure involved and like this person is supposed to respect you and then you're supposed to respect all these other people, it's too much. No, I just need it to be even playing field, relaxing.
in what job is it an even playing field?
Your
There's
job.
the boss? No, it's not.
No, but
the
your
dentists are
patients.
above.
We're talking about.
Here's the thing. My patients definitely do not see me as equal. They definitely are like, you're here to service me. Not in
any movie I've ever seen about dental hygiene.
Is movie reality?
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to be a dentist or whatever.
That's
not how
probably a song, but not in that movie. That sounded like I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Do nuts accumulate interest?
They do. They do. Everyone loves playing nut squirrel.
Anyway.
Jim said if you just keep your mouth stuffed with ice cream, you don't have to talk to anybody.
Chris, we should just make our own clone of that game because you play Timberborn, where it's like wood beaver.
Log beaver.
You gotta collect all the stacks of wood.
And whoever has the most wood at the end gets the biggest dam.
Yeah. And when you win, you gotta say, hot damn, I won. If you don't say it, it's like bingo, you don't win.
But then, if you draw a beaver, it steals all your wood.
Yep. It grinds it into sawdust.
Yep.
Then you have a little packet of sawdust you have to throw in people's faces.
Or you get it thrown into your face.
How annoyed would you be? It's like you have all this lumber saved up. It gets mowed down by a beaver, and then someone throws sawdust in your face.
That would be hilarious.
It'd be funny.
We need to do this. So let's boil this down. If you had to pick what your current favorite board game is, then
it would be Wingspan. I really do love that game. I love birds in general. That's why I like Kanash from Moon Knight. Khonshu. He's a big bird with a cool face.
But he's not yellow.
I love seagulls.
I don't know if I have like a favorite. I've been enjoying playing Railroad Inc. on my phone.
Railroad Inc. is awesome. It's really fun. You just roll dice, and then everybody uses those dice to connect like entrances and exits on a map. So it's very similar to Mini Motorways, Chris. Very, very similar. Yeah, you would really like it.
But they have an app, so I just play it on my phone.
Oh, I do need to brag a little bit. I got an incredibly good score on Mini Motorways doing the daily challenge. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday.
That is a really great game.
So they just added 2 new cities.
Really?
Yep. Yes, there's 2 new cities at the end of the game to do more stuff for.
That's cool.
So I went in and I did one of the cities, and then Gwen had just done the daily challenge and gotten totally hosed. She scored like 700 trips. It's like 1,000 is a pretty good score. Like that's sort of like the benchmark. Like once I get to 1,000, I feel like I did like good enough in the game.
Yeah.
And then there's the achievements for each map are for 600 trips, 1,000 trips, and 2,000 trips. And I did 5,110 trips on one map, which is like blows my high score away by like 2,000. And like I was just like, I was getting all the motorways. I was not getting good spawns. I was getting really bad spawns, but like I was doing just enough to kind of like stave off the disasters.
Yeah.
And then I would get enough stuff that I would pause and like I almost never do this because it's usually a disaster. I would like completely redesign all my roadways. It's like eventually it's like, oh, I got a cluster of these color. Like I don't know if you've played Mini Motorways or not. So it's like you get houses and you get shops, and then you get like, so if you get like a red house and a red shop, you want to connect them so that the car can go and collect the groceries. They're little like location pins. Once you get enough pins, a timer will start. If the timer goes off, you lose. Okay. So you just want to make sure you have enough traffic going to your shops, and you get 1 point per thing you collected.
Okay.
So, and then like you don't want to have a big like log jam of traffic and stuff. It's not like super realistic because like at the end of the game when you lose, it's like your city's shut down because not enough people got to the stores on time. It's like that's not how cities work. But yeah,
funny.
I had an incredibly good game on that one. So like so when it's done, like it gives you like a little graph and stuff, and it shows you like where you placed. And so I was in the top 100 people of scores on that. And I'm usually top 10% is pretty reliable. Like I'm pretty good at the game. Nice. But I got top 4% and I was in the top 100 people.
Dang.
So
how high have you gotten in the daily on what's your highest placement?
I've gotten like in the top 100.
You
but
have once?
Yeah.
And railroading.
So it was like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Before we leave, I want to do one last shout out to the original best. So the other day,
Gwen says Mini Grocery Mart makes me angry. So she plays Mini Motorways, obviously. Yeah. And like, so just like quick side story. Gwen and I play the game exactly the same way. We're not playing it and having fun. You're stressed out and angry the entire time you're playing, but then you're done and you just feel good because the stress is over.
I was going to modify that. So Jim posted a thing in the 3D printing Discord of scientists create a band that generates electricity from your stress, and then it shows Creality owners, and they're just one ball of electricity. I was going to say that's you when you go to work, but
it is me.
Way back when we were talking about TV shows and Kara not letting me watch stuff, so I was rewatching the first Mandalorian, season 1. And how good that show actually is. It's fantastic with Queel and IG-11. And so in the stupid little Star Wars game we play, it's the Grand Arena, big PvP game. And they made it so it's 3 versus 3s. So I put my Mandalorian IG-11 and Queel team on my back row. And having like 2 defenses where people go in with 2 different groups of teams to like whittle you down is pretty darn good. It had 5 defenses and the guy still didn't beat it. So I won because of Mando, IG-11, and Queel.
IG-11 is able to solo every mission in that game. Just so you know.
He is amazing. They have such great synergy together, but it all ties together because I've been rewatching Mando, and then I put those characters together for fun, but they have fantastic synergies.
Yeah.
I think this is in reference to your squirrel nut game. He says, never play with a girl named D. You'd be messing with D's nuts.
Oh,
especially there's a nut thief card, so I'd steal D's nuts. And on that terrible disappointment.
I was just going to say.
Hold on, who are we going to raid?
Oh, good point.
Who are we going to raid?
Go visit
Is
Chris.
Sith Lord Brit on?
Let's see. Raid channel.
No, she's not.
So Chris Perillo, King's Creations, and Maker Deck. So of the people that we followed at this point.
Let's go to do visit Chris again. That's fine.
That's fine. That's fine. Are you going to be able to interact with them a little bit when we jump over?
I sure can.
Okay.
I can. Jeremy's going to drive home, so.
All right. So we're going to get this raid countdown started. So while that is queuing up.
Oh my God, Brad has a pineapple on pizza.
It's in the Twitch stock emotes.
Is it really?
Yep.
Yep.
That's amazing.
All right, so I just want to say thank you, everybody, for watching. If you're listening to the audio-only version, again, I apologize for yet another episode that is impossible to listen to.
Ryan, what emote?
You should check us out. How do you raid? I don't know how to raid with an emote.
You just use emotes going in, I think.
Anyway, so if you're listening to the audio-only version, I want to apologize, but you can always check us out live on twitch.tv/Rise of the Podcast, Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Central. If you're watching the YouTube version, thank you for checking us out on YouTube. You can also check us out live, but if you do want to see any old episodes or catch up, you can watch at youtube.com/Rise of the Podcast. All of the old classics are there. Highlights from the podcast occasionally get made and are put out there. Don't forget to like the video and to comment on it with what your favorite board game is. And don't forget to ring the notification bell to be notified every time we upload a new video so you're always up to date with all the lunacy that goes on here. All of that said, thank you guys so much for watching. And of course,
May the force be with you.